Gary, this is the easiest dessert we'll ever make. The flan recipe, right? All you need is here. This is very important. It needs to be this kind of condensed milk. There's the Brazilian version, which looks very, very similar. This one is I think it's made in Mexico, but it's pretty good as well. So you can use that. You're gonna need one of these, 3 eggs. This is 2% milk. You can use regular milk, but I use 2%. I think it turns out lighter in the end, right? And this is a vanilla extract. You're gonna need just one cap. That's it. It's very, very little. Eggs. I use 3 eggs. I've experimented with 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs. The original recipe actually takes 4 eggs, but I think it's too eggy. So I use only 3 eggs. I think that's enough. So this is what you do. You open the can very easily. It's actually pretty quick. Like the mix is very, very. You can prepare it very quickly. So you just drop it in here. Make sure you use everything.
Uma spátula.
You don't want to waste. What?
Here. Use this.
You don't want to waste. No. I'll do it. You don't want to waste it. Let me get rid of this because this is not necessary. So scrape the bottom, and this is actually you don't have to worry about getting like everything out because we're gonna put milk in here, and that's gonna take care of any leftovers. We're gonna make sure that we're gonna use all of it, right? Do not worry. So then you're gonna use this as a container. You're gonna put like 1 full can of milk, right? Right in here. And then half a can. Just half. And because it's half, then you can actually mix it because then you kind of catch the leftover of the condensed milk. And you make sure that you're not wasting anything. And you mix it, drop it in here. Now, very important, now the eggs. And it's nice that you have this because you can actually, you don't want to drop the eggs directly because what if the eggs are bad, right? So you crack them here. You make sure that the eggs are good. All right. 3 eggs. And melt them to make sure they're good. Drop them here. That's 3 eggs. Oops, splashed a little bit. And then finally, one cap. Just until you get to the rim. Drop it here. And the vanilla extract is actually very, very important. I'll actually put a little more because it breaks the egg flavor, right? You don't want this to end up tasting too eggy, right? That you know that strong egg flavor. This gets rid of it. So very important. So that's all there is. All you have to do now is close it. And that's the basic mix. And then you mix it. You do want to mix it very well, right? So I let it mixing like for a long time because I want to make sure that everything is blended and very uniform. That's good. Right, so it's ready. So this is the actual mix, the basic flan mix. It's ready. You want to put this in the refrigerator because it has eggs, right? So you don't want to leave it resting outside. Just put it in the refrigerator, set it aside, because now we're gonna make the caramel. The caramel is incredibly easy. You need a pan, which I don't have right now, so I'm gonna make another video to explain how to make the caramel. Hi Gary. Okay, now I have the pan. I'm gonna use this pan here. This is to make the caramel, right? So this is what goes as a coating inside of the pan, where you're gonna cook the actual flan. Very easy. You need a 1 cup measure. So you put 1.5 cups of sugar. Easy, easy. 1.5. And I know it looks a lot of sugar, but don't worry, because you're not all of that is gonna end in the actual flan, right? A lot of it is actually gonna stick to the pan when you cook it, so it's not a problem. It's not gonna be like too sweet. And then 1 cup of water. Actually, I'm gonna put a little more water, 1.5 cup. And then you mix it. Check it out. Film here. You see that this is just sugary water, right? But you want to mix it to make sure that you don't have any lumps of sugar. It needs to be well diluted in the water. But now that it's diluted, all right, you don't touch it anymore. That's the last time you're gonna use the spoon. Very important, because you don't want to crystallize this when it's in the flame, right? And then you put it in the flame, and then you just leave it here. What's going to happen is that the water is going to evaporate, and eventually it's gonna turn into a darker color, that caramel color. You can leave it until it reaches the desired color. Some people, they like lighter, some people they like darker. I like darker. I think it turns out better with the actual flan, because the flan is sweet and the darker is kind of it gives a different taste, right? It takes longer with the water, and the more water you put, the longer it's going to take, because you got to evaporate the whole thing before it actually turns into caramel. But the trick with the water is that there's a lesser chance of burning it, and that's the problem with caramel, right? If you do it, there's always a chance that it's gonna burn, and then it's gonna not turn well. So I'm gonna leave this here for a while until it reaches the color, and then I'm gonna show you how to use this. This is the actual pan that you're gonna need to make the flan. And the trick with this is that you can fill this with water, right? So there's gonna be like maybe 2 centimeters here, 2 inches of water in here, and you're gonna boil it, and the flan is gonna be in here, like the flan mix. It's gonna be in here, right? So this is gonna be all coated with caramel, and the boiling water is actually gonna cook the flan. So it cooks in a low temperature from the bottom. So you can't actually do the flan on the cooktop, like on the over here, without this. So this is a very important piece. I'm gonna try to find out a place where where we can buy this in America. I actually brought this from Brazil, so there it's like very common. I don't know how common it is right here, but it's pretty much it. I'm gonna show all the steps once this is done. Hey, I just wanted to show you this. Show the flame here. Look, you see that the flame is actually it's medium high, right? And check how it's boiling. You see this? So this is you're gonna leave it like this, right, until you notice that it's starting to change color, right? When it starts changing color, then you're gonna lower the flame. It can't be boiling like this. I'm doing this way to accelerate, because there's a lot of water and I don't want to spend like half an hour here. So I'm leaving the flame a higher flame, stronger flame, just to evaporate it faster. But you gotta keep an eye on it, right? You don't wanna leave this like this for too long. Once it starts changing color, you lower the flame a bit. It doesn't have to be like a very low flame, but control it. Make sure you're keeping an eye on it because you don't want to burn it. That's it. Okay, I just wanted to show you this because now a lot of the water has already evaporated, and you see that there are way more bubbles than water, right? And so you wanna lower the flame a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put like lower, and you see that there's still a lot of bubbles. It's bubbling and evaporating, but you want to control that. You don't want to have like too many bubbles because this can crystallize very easily. If it does crystallize, if you start seeing a lot of crystals forming, then you're gonna have to get a spoon like this, right? And you're gonna have to kind of scoop around a little bit. If you do things right, that's not gonna happen, right? If it happens, it's not a disaster. You can always recover just by scooping it back and melting it, and it turns out fine. Okay, here it is. See, it's starting changing color. See, it's lightly yellowish, and you see that the texture is kind of, see, it changed. It's no longer watery. It's more like a caramel, right? So this is gonna change color really fast now. So you gotta keep an eye on it. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna get the pan, right? I'm gonna put water. Just a couple inches, maybe 3 inches, not a lot. And this is gonna boil, just to get ready to start preparing the actual flan. So, here it is. This is how much water, right? I'll put it here. Now check the color, check it out. It's changing really fast, right? So at this point, you cannot afford to leave it unattended. You cannot look around because it's if you are not paying attention, it's gonna burn. This is getting dark. I'm gonna leave it until it's dark brown. That's how I like it. I think that it's when it's slightly burned, it tastes better because you know it breaks the sweetness of the flan. So check it out. It's turning to the desired color really quickly. And you see that I'm not touching it. I'm not fiddling around with the spoon or anything. Like once you put it in here, you just let it be. Okay. There you go. It's changing. Very, very important. When this is done, I'm gonna start coating. Right. I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna drop all of the caramel in here. So you're gonna have one of these in the hand that is gonna be holding this, because the caramel makes very nasty burns if you accidentally hit your fingers, right? So you're gonna hold it like this, and then you're gonna, once the caramel is ready, you just start coating around, right? If you've done this before, very, very important to coat this part right here in the middle, right? Because you don't wanna, the caramel in the end, when it's ready, it helps to make to not let the flan stick into it, right? So that's what the caramel is for, of course, besides the tasting, right? But here and around, right? Now check it out. It's getting darker, right? It's not ready yet. I don't think this is still good. But you gotta, now it's a matter of seconds. It's almost there, right? And it depends. Like some people, they like it like this. Like this would be okay. It would be good already. I like it a little darker because I want it to be slightly burned because it changed the taste for the better. I think it tastes much better. There you go. Show it here. You see, this is almost there, right? And you can actually, if you smell it now. Yeah, I can smell that it's almost burning. So I'm gonna take it out, and this is it. It's ready. So now you gotta be quick, right? Because this is gonna solidify if you leave it here. So you get the pan, right? And then you drop it right in the middle to coat the middle. Very carefully not to show it here. Show it closer. Look. See what I did? Right in the middle. And then you can just drop the rest around and at the bottom, right? Now that it is at the bottom, now you do this. Look, you turn it very carefully because you want to coat all the inside surface very slowly, right? And as it cools down, it will coat it and it will make like this layer. But most of it is going to be liquid. Takes a while for it to solidify. If you leave it for long enough, this is gonna solidify. It's gonna be really hard, which is not a problem because when you cook the flan, it melts again, and it blends with the flan, and that's why it tastes so great because it's actually blending a little bit of the burnt caramel with the flan, and that's why it tastes good. So this is coated already, pretty much. All right, right here. You don't have to leave this. You don't have to wait until it cools down. It's ready for mixing. So now I'm gonna get the flan, and here's the thing. You have to put it very carefully, very slowly, right? You don't wanna show it closer. Alrighty. So this is done. Okay, you leave it there for a while, and you're gonna wait until the water boils, right? When it starts boiling, what you're gonna do is, this is gonna be cooler. You're gonna hold it here, you're gonna put it here, cover, and leave on a very low flame for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And that's pretty much it. After 1 hour and 15 minutes, you're gonna take it out a little bit. There are gonna be some extra steps that I can show you. And the water is already boiling, okay? This is already colder, right? If I can touch here now. So all the heat in the caramel has dissipated already. So all you gotta do is you hold here very carefully, and you put it here. So this is now cooking indirectly with the boiling water underneath. You cover it, and now you're gonna lower the flame to something really low. This is how much I'm gonna leave, right? It's not like the minimum. This would be the minimum, and I give just a little nudge, right? Just a bit, which is still very low flame, right? Very important. And this is gonna stay here, quiet, absolutely undisturbed for 1 hour and 15 minutes. All right, do not cook it for less than 1 hour and 15 minutes. If you leave it a little over, like 1 hour and 18, 1 hour and 20, it's gonna be okay, but at least 1 hour and 15 minutes, low flame, and you leave it cooking and make sure that it's centered in the flame, and it's all good. That's it. See you in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Hey, there it is. It's time. For some reason, my timer did not go off, which means that I let it stay 10 minutes longer than it should. I don't think that is going to be a problem, but let me show you something that is needed now. You need some paper towel. There's going to be a lot of water, a lot of water vapor, right? When you get the lid off, you got to be very careful because it's going to drip. You want to get rid of the excess water. You see? Yeah, careful because it's going to be very hot. So you want to wipe this and remove the water. Removed, okay? Removed. Okay, sorry. Here it is. Now you use the paper towel to get this like this, and remove it from the heat. Okay, water is still boiling. Okay, and there it is. You're gonna, right now this is hot, right? So you wanna leave this for maybe 1 hour outside just to cool down a little bit, and then you're gonna put it in your refrigerator, and leave it rest overnight. Do not attempt to finish this quickly, right? It takes like several hours, and the best thing you can do is just leave it in your refrigerator overnight. And tomorrow morning, I'm gonna show you how to get this flan out of here by flipping it into the place where you're gonna serve it. And that's it. I'm gonna show you tomorrow morning how to do it. Hey Gary, moment of truth. Here is the flan. It slept overnight in the refrigerator. Check it out, come here, film this. You see that it's full of condensed water. When you get it out, you gotta get it like really fast because you don't want this to drip in the flan. Now here's the thing, right? What you're gonna do is you're gonna flip it right in here. But if you come closer. This is glued, okay? It's sticking to the actual pan. So this is what you have to do. You gotta shake it sideways, right? Until it comes out. And you gotta see it spinning. This is I think it's very glued. I don't think I ever got it as glued as it is right now. You gotta be gentle, but not too gentle that this is not gonna get out. And this is kind of hard. Yes, I think this is very glued. I'll try to flip it once. I think remember that this stayed like for too long. Maybe that's why it's so stuck in here. If it doesn't come out, I'm gonna have to use a trick that is not recommended, but it may be the only way to get it out. All right. So I already put it here. So this is what you do, and then you flip it. It came out because I just heard it. So it's done.
Looks perfect.
There you go. Your flan. And this actually turned out very good because look at the color, you see? It should be pretty dark in here, and at the same time a lot of caramel around. This looks delicious. All right, enjoy. Hey, by the way, you see a lot of the caramel remains in here, right? And this is just a leftover. You can
with
just,
hot water.
What I do is I just drip like the rest of it because some people they like the juice, right? And then this one comes out with hot water, and you just put it for.
Leave the hot water in it.
And this is it. It's done. Looks perfect. That's it.